I'm MTG, and welcome to my channel where I waste my wild cards on meme decks so you don't have to. And today's theme is Devil Wears Prada. I actually haven't seen this movie, but I wanted to do like a demon like treasure theme, and I know like Meryl Streep's character is like this rich person, so I was like, you know what, good enough for the theme. But really, it's just an excuse to play Higetsu, who consumes all, because that was a commander I felt really inspired to kind of build something around, but I wasn't really sure what to build with it until recently. I just got the inspiration, so I'm excited to show off this deck list, so let's go check it out. See you in a second. Alright, here's the deck, and spoiler alert, I already played my games, and boy was this a fun deck to heckin' play. Like, wow, this is everything I love about a Magic deck, and I think the introduction of like treasures has really allowed colors that may struggle to ramp a bit, like a lot more flexibility and freedom. Specifically with like Rakdos, like there's just so much you can do with Rakdos treasure, like synergies. It's kind of batty bonkers. But some stuff that I wanted to call out as like my MVPs from just some of the games that when I was doing test games, I was like, wow, this, like, holy crap, this like just won the game out of nowhere for me. And then also some cards that I think just consistently were introducing value that let me just get a little bit ahead of my opponent. So Valky, God of Lies. I'm sure most of you have played it, or at least played against it. So Valky, God of Lies, for one of my test games that I did, I was playing against a dinosaur deck, and one of the dinosaurs that that person had in hand forced creatures to come in tapped. So Valky, I had Valky make a copy of that creature, so all their dinosaurs were coming in tapped, and I think that bought me just enough time to stay alive. So Valky MVP status here. I know I have a lot of MVP cards for this deck, but I just really want to call out like the flexibility that like this Tibalt Valky card introduces is early game. You could potentially take like a card advantage or something that gives your opponent advantage over you, or even just take a peek to see like, do they have counter spells in their hand or removal in their hand, so maybe you want to play around that a bit more. But early game has those options. Late game, you can hit something in exile, like an artifact or a creature card, which is really good removal. And the other thing is you just start exiling cards off the top of each player's library, which just adds an insane amount of value. So again, I'm sure most of you know this is a great card, but I just really wanted to call it out as like a game changing in a few of games that could have really been either way. Another card that I think might be slightly underrated is Kalos Blood Mage. So this card I absolutely love because it's so flexible. You can either use it to create sack fodder by having it create a pest token, or you can draw a card. You do lose one life, but you're in black, it's fine. And then the other thing is it also comes with graveyard hate. Like you can exile a target player's graveyard, and that's insane to me that you could have graveyard hate, can create a token, or you just can draw a card. And so anytime I had Kalos Blood Mage in my hand, I always had some value, something there to help turn the game in the way that I needed it to. And then, of course, you know, if we're playing Rakdos, I feel like this is just a great card to have in pretty much all your Rakdos decks because it's sacrifice a permanent. So if you have any sort of sacrifice synergies, even if you're playing a treasure deck, like you sacrifice a treasure, this will still ping someone for 1 damage because it's sacrificing a treasure token for mana. Ravenous Chupacabra, I love that it's removal and it's attached to a body, and it's only a 4-drop. And I just felt like either if this died and then I could use Blood on the Snow or some sort of other like reanimation effect to bring it back to the battlefield and hit another creature, it was really helpful. And I always felt like it had a really good target every time I was able to play it. Innistrong Predator, another card that just one exile like graveyard hate, but then it can protect itself, and it's a sack outlet. So for me, I was trying to do a couple of things here in the strategy of this deck. One was to be able to go face hit hard in the air with dragons, The other piece of this was to create a sack outlet, so if I wasn't able to punch through my opponents, I would be able to close out the game through drain damage, which I think ended up being very successful. So with Endostorm Predator having the ability to be a sacrifice outlet, in addition to graveyard hate and get stronger with that, was just huge. It really could help turn the game around because people were trying to address it with answers, and if it was a destroy like creature like answer, it didn't die, it was on the board. So in those instances I just felt like this was another game changer card. And then Goldspan, same thing. Goldspan, you know, punch face in the air, or you're making treasure tokens. I think you all know, love, and more than likely hate this card, so I don't want to go too far into it. Blood on the Snow, another great board removal. The recursion value that you get out of this, and the fact that you can either destroy all the planeswalkers or creatures, is just a flexible way that you can just deal with a lot of threats and answers while also potentially bringing something back. Here with Meat Hook Massacre, you know, do I need to explain this one either? It's a great card, and this is one that I kind of helped combo with Mayhem Devil and Meat Hook Massacre to try to get the last little bits of drained damage that I possibly could. And then this card as well, I don't see people play it a lot, but when I feel like when you do, I only ever see positive like effects for this, because it can either be creature removal and like a board wipe, or you return a creature back. So I had a couple plays, I think they were during the test plays for this one, so I don't know if I recorded it, but basically like Ravenous Chupacabra would be dead and I could bring it back, hit maybe a target that I couldn't do like the -X for, like it was too big, or just recur something that maybe I needed more card draw, so I was able to bring back like Kalos Blood Mage, get card draw there. It just had like a lot of flexibility of like, if I had potentially something that would help me in my graveyard, I could drop this, or I could use it for removal. I mostly used it for its recursion effects, but I could also see this being a really flexible like board wipe as well. And then the other card that I really wish I had a chance to play, but it never popped up in my hand, was Shieldred Whispering One. I just think this would be absolutely insane with combination, because just, you know, with Mayhem Devil out and then forcing people to sack stuff, or even if you have like Meat Hook out, like you're going to be just getting a lot of value from that. But everything else, again, lots of value on the board. Like you're either making treasure. I felt like I had pretty consistent card draw, pretty consistent removal, and it was just a ton of fun to play. And I recommend like checking out this deck if you can. But anyways, I'll stop rambling about it and let's go see it in action. See you out there. Ooh, Nibby. Wheelchair Ninja. Interesting gamer tag. I feel like there's a story. Ooh, Mayhem Devil is good to have, but we are hoping we hit a red source with this. We do hit a red source. It's gonna be not a bad hand, I think. But Niv Mizzet will probably be able to remove these smaller creatures really easily. My heart says keep. Mayhap's not good. So with Niv Mizzet, if you're not familiar, usually people try to do like the curiosity combo with like you just draw a million cards. So if I recall, you can pull that off in Arena. And oh, sorry, I should probably show you what they do. So they can't be countered when you cast it, and whenever you draw a card, it deals 1 damage to any target. And then whenever like I cast an instant or sorcery spell, they get to draw a card. But basically the trick is whenever they draw a card, they want to do damage. Ooh, we got a red source. Let's put Magda down. And then, because Sprite Dragon's probably going to get pretty big, but we do have Hero's Downfall to bonk it pretty good. Maybe wait a bit before though, so we can build up our board state somewhat. So it will probably turn into like a 4/4 maybe by next turn, depending on how many instants they have that they can cast. I was gonna save it for Niv, but maybe we can do some good damage beforehand. I'm not sure. So we'll put this down on black. We'll put you down. Because what I like about Mayhem Devil is like even when like you sacrifice like a treasure, because it's permanent, that it'll still drain them. So you can hit for quite a bit of damage. And then we'll be able to actually play Terror of the Peaks next turn too. And then depending on how big Sprite Dragon gets, we might be able to shoot it down with Higetsu. Unless of course they remove this first. Okay. Yes. And they're gonna swing it. Oh jeez, my bones. Okay, so here we are. We're dropping this snow-covered mountain over here, and then putting down Terror of the Peaks. Hit them for 1. Boop. And then we're gonna go in bonk, bonk. And then next turn, if Terror of the Peaks is still alive, we will drop Higetsu and pew pew pew. Hopefully, Sprite Dragon out of the sky. I'm trying to think of like instant spells that do 4 damage. And I think there's like only 2, like Demon Bolt. I'm not really sure, but they're definitely waiting for that. Okay. Oop. Well, hopefully too that baited at least like a counter spell out of their hands, so then when we do try to pew, I don't want to trade with Sprite Dragon, but I think we'll have to use this. Hopefully they like don't only have counter spells in their hand, because that would suck, but if they don't, so let's exile. So hopefully, doesn't that make it weaker? Oh, it's in hand. Okay, my bad. Well, we still are gonna shoot this if we can. They looked low on the manas for that. And do this. Shoot them for 1. And then I think we'll swing with Terror. Though they might want to block. Oh, I was thinking maybe they're gonna block and then maybe shock Terror, but I don't know. We'll at least be able to shoot Crackling Drake down. Unless this gets countered. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Next, so we'll swing with this, and swing with this. Okay. Next. So, end turn. Oh, I thought that was gonna trigger this guy. Oh, sacrifices. Oops. I should have sacrificed that. I'm still learning my stuff. Let's use this. Sacrifice that. Deal 1 damage. And then exile that. Resolve. Pass. My turn. Okay. So we probably want to put this down. And then use my Entomb for more card selection. And then I'm thinking here, let's attack with this. We'll exile that. And then they'll have to block with that Crackling Drake. Yeah. Next. Bonk. Okay. A little nervous too. But I think, is it gonna go infinite? Oh, okay. Oh, that scared me. Good game. A bear. Sirfarin the Hedgehammer. I don't think I've played against that before as a commander. I'm gonna mulligan because we don't really have any early plays. It's kind of... I do like having Bastion. This feels really weak though against a potentially like aggro deck that's coming in. I guess a little better. We're probably not going to be killing too many of their creatures right now, so put that to the bottom. I realized too I didn't put in Grim Tutor in this, which I probably should, because having card selection like that is very nice. We'll put this down. I like Treasure Vault too. I was trying to do into a little bit of like treasure theme for this, so that I have a higher chance of being able to cast the spells that they exile. What does this commander do? Should probably pay attention to that, huh? So, when it attacks another target creature, it gets +X+X. That's its power. Ooh, so that's not good. We'll put you down. And let's draw a card. I like card draw. Okay. We have Soul Guide Lantern. We'll probably use Unexpected Windfall to get rid of that. And Garrick's up. I might use Blood on the Snow actually to hit that instead. It's down to 2 though, so maybe... what is the play here? I think maybe Unexpected Windfall. We'll get rid of that. And we do... we do have Meat Hook, so maybe we Meat Hook. That can plus up, so maybe Meat Hook next turn, then Blood on the Snow. Just so we can mitigate like the amount of damage that we're taking here. Okay, that's good, that's good. Even better. Please don't give it trample. Well, this is tricky. Because I'm definitely going to Blood on the Snow all the creatures now. Aggro deck making me sad. Okay. Yep. Destroy all creatures. We'll bring this back. And then I don't think we want to take another damage for the card draw. So maybe we do a Pest Token. Maybe that was a mistake too. Okay.
This is my territory.
That's going to be pretty nice because we should, in theory, be able to hit it unless it gets stronger than 4 toughness. Let's hope that doesn't happen, though. And, oops, it did. Okay. Boom. To non-dragon. We could also play this to vault, and then maybe they have to answer that. So let's exile you. Oh shoot. Oh, I was like, did I steal their commander? And then we want to hit that Garrick. Maybe the problem's been dealt with for now. Who knows? But I think Tybalt might have saved this for a little bit. Oh goodness. I'm so nervous. Okay. Then we got this. So let's do it for... Let's do, yeah. Auto pay. Ready? Come on. Right? That's the sound that Meat Hook makes. It's still gonna happen, right? Yeah, because it hit the battlefield. It just won't get like those extra damage triggers. So let's... Ooh, that's cool. Okay.
Sure, you can handle a little pain.
Sweet. Okay, this is... I think we turned this around first. So we'll play Glory Bringer. And then exile more.
So many painful memories.
Oh! GG! Ooh, Vorinclex. This will be interesting. I kind of want to keep this hand. Seems interesting. We'll have like a sweeper too, but this seems like it would be fun to pop off sometime. And then we also have Goldspan Dragon, which, how do you not love Goldspan? Does suck though that it's the nerfed version. Alright, we'll put down Command Tower. And then we don't really have a way to like modify creatures a whole lot in this deck, but I like the idea of being able to give things haste, so that is why I tossed this in here at least. Are they gonna target it? Okay. We'll put down the swamp. And what does this do again? Enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever it attacks, put a +1/+1 each attacking creature. Okay, so that's good. And then this will double those counters, so that's pretty spooky there. We won't attack because it'll just die going into it. Okay. Okay. And then we'll at least be able to play the commander next turn. And hopefully that can be somewhat of a blocker. We don't want to lose this guy yet, because I want to be able to hit them for a little bit more damage when we meet hook. Ooh, that kind of changes plans too. Let's do this. Bonk. Okay, and then we'll attack. Bonk. Okay. I feel like we need like a bonk emoji. Or something that you can spam. I keep forgetting to buy like the other emojis too. Like the reactions. Let's put down Castle Lockwain. And then our favorite dragon! Dragon hits the battlefield. And then huzzah! We create our treasure. Sweet, that feels good. Bonk, bonk, bonk. In turn. And we'll have, I think, enough to maybe drop the demon. Right? So we'll put down this. Is this all of our mana though? Because it won't have haste. But it would next turn, which I think is lethal, right? So next, we're gonna attack. Attack. Bonk, bonk, bonk. In step. We will sack this. Now we have all the demons! Okay. They're tapped out. I think. I don't want to jinx it. But I think we got it. Right? Huzzah! Unless they had like a fog. Do they have a fog? They're tapped out on mana. Do we just block there, I guess? Or do we even let them do it? Fog. It's exiled so it doesn't get the card draw effect. Game. Good game. Whew. I wasn't sure how I was going to go with Vorinclex because of green aggro stompies. Oops. Hit the recording button late. So we do have a turn 2 play for like the red mana source. I kind of want to see where this goes. Who are we playing against? Aerolite? Or Acerak? I think it'll be a safe hand to keep against that because for the most part they're just going to be trying to pay mana into that. I'm trying to remember too if there was like an infinite combo with that dude. I don't recall. What does this do? Enters tapped. Return from your graveyard to the hand. So we do have graveyard hate. We're all about graveyard hate. Ah, shoot, that really put a damper in our plans there. So don't really feel like that's worth Murderous Ridering for. we'll do this against my better judgment for wanting graveyard hate. Draw. Okay, we got a land, so maybe it wasn't bad. Skills. Take that trade. They'll be able to bring it back, but I'm not super worried if they do. We'll drop this. And that came in tapped because we didn't have a mountain. That's right. What do you do again? Yeah, that's a lord we probably want to not let stay on the board. But I'm guessing they do have ways to bring it back. Is he a skeleton? No, he's a zombie wizard. He looks like a skeleton to me, though. I wonder if they're gonna try going into the... Is it the mad? Yeah, the mad mage one. Okay. So... let's put down Dreadhorde, because they're not gonna have a lot of bodies right now. And then this will get pumped up a lot bigger. And I'm almost wondering if we want to seize the spoils to get rid of Black Dragon, because I don't see Black Dragon necessarily being a huge amount of help. Compared to like Stormkill, an artist who can make treasures when we cast like instant or sorcery spells and make treasure tokens, so I don't know. Acerak. How do you pronounce this, commander? Oh, shoot. Also, if you don't... Sorry, I guess I'm a little off today. So basically, you have to complete a dungeon for this thing to be super spooky. And I think people like doing the Mad Mage one because you get like a indestructible creature, I'm pretty sure, at the end of it. Right? Oh, no, never mind. I was thinking the wrong one. So they went into a different dungeon. So they get some good value from this one. Oh, sorry. Resolve. Wasn't paying attention. Oops. Didn't mean to hold you there. Okay. So we definitely want this to be a red source. Let's put Storm Artist down here. And then we will attack again. Hit them for 3. Or 3 next turn. But we get a counter, so it's a 3/3 is what I was trying to say. Oh my goodness! Target creature sacrifices. So sure, we'll sacrifice that. And it'll deal damage to you. Bonk. That's what we wanted this whole time. Enters the battlefield, return to your hand all creature cards that were put there this turn. Other creatures you have haste. So, that's good for like post-board wipe. But I don't know how helpful it's going to be right now. I still think Seize the Spoil is going to be good. We'll discard this dragon. We made a treasure. Okay, we'll put this down. And it might be Higetsu time. Or do we not want to do Higetsu? Let's do this so we don't have to use up a treasure. And then we can hit with Stormkill for more damage. Let's do 6. Bonk. And just chill. Yeah, so I like that a lot more. Because it's for... is it artifacts? Oh, each artifact. Okay. For some reason I thought it was only treasure. But I think it's because he makes treasure. So that's where I got mixed up. But that's pretty sweet still. I always include that in my... is it decks too. But yeah, it's always like a quick target as well, so I wasn't like too emotionally attached, and I felt like we got the value because I think we made a treasure token off that, right? Or was that from the spell that we cast? Ooh, this is interesting too. Okay. So we'll drop this. And let's put this down. So then we can get some card draw from that as well. Yeah. Oh, she does have flash. I was gonna say, this would be so much better if I has flash. That's me not paying attention to my own cards again. Holy heck. This is like, should be in like every Rakdos, I think. Because that's insane. You just get all the creatures that died. I mean, it would be even more insane if it was back to the battlefield, but... which is 7 minus... Okay. So let's just sack it to itself. Sack. Since it's gonna die anyways, take action, put it back. I feel like I don't use the exile effect as much. Ooh, yeah, let's keep Mayhem Devil there. In regards to like just Higetsu's ability, sometimes I use like that exile one for like a closer, where if I can't get past their board state, then I can just start exiling things and doing damage to them, which has been pretty helpful. I wonder if they're gonna try putting down like a chunk blocker or something. Okay. So we'll drop Mayhem Devil. And I think that leaves enough mana up for that as well. Okay, next, we'll want to attack. Yeah. Next. So yeah, if they do board wipe, I'm gonna just flash her in. I think that'll be pretty helpful. Burn down the house is pretty sweet. Do we want to do that and get 3 devil tokens? So then, even if they do board wipe, I think. Wow. Would they all die? I'm not sure. No, they wouldn't. That's not enough to do that. But at least it's like insurance to try to keep them from board wiping, if that makes sense. Because when those die, they deal 1 damage, and then if we can get Higetsu down too, like being able to sacrifice those devils to do more damage. Like if we get Higetsu down this turn, attack with these creatures, because assuming that they don't have any bodies that they put down, then we can just use Higetsu possibly, or is this too expensive? We'd have to wait a turn to do that. Too bad this isn't like a free sack outlet, because that would make this card a lot better. Like the paying the 1 black, but maybe that keeps it from being broken. But I don't know if it does. Because I know Viscera Seer is a free sack outlet, but it is like a 1 cost, and it does let you scry 1. The scry 2 thing's really nice. I actually thought this commander was a bit weaker, but kind of not really focusing my whole strategy, like looking at that as more as like a game closer, I think has been pretty cool. Okay. Okay. So, what makes sense here? Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna still put down Higetsu, swing in, and then start sacking stuff, because I think I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I could have sacked at least 1 to do maybe the last lethal, because those 3 the devils would have done at least 3 to the face. And then if I had Higetsu to sack just 1 other creature, Mayhem Devil would have done the last bit that went through. Good game though. Woo! Booster Fet. I really like that gamer tag. That's funny. I really like this hand, so I'm gonna keep it. This is gonna be interesting though with the ninjutsu ability. But we do have pretty decent removal, at least this here, and then if we can get that down pretty early on too. Oh my gosh, I'm just picturing like the Dreadfast Demon bringing an extra to hit for more like damage there. Like that would be insane. So if we can at least get that to work out even though we lose, like that'll be fine with me. Like I'm okay. Ooh, okay. Oop. Put this down just so we can get more of the card selection. Florian's a really sweet card too. I actually got the promo art. Is it alter art or something? Bummer. But when I was doing like my draft, I think it was like the 2nd draft I ever did, so that felt pretty good. Paper draft, that is. Let's hit their commander. because we want to stop the terrible things that that commander does. We're gonna hit for 3 damage. Ooh. Let's get removal. Oh, shoot. That was not the thing I should have done. Oops. Should read how my cards work. Oops. Oh well. Misstocks. Misstocks happen, I tell you. It's a SpongeBob reference. Secret hand. Let's see what's inside. Say it more monotone. Oh my gosh. Okay. Give me your hand, baby. Let me see. What are you hiding? What are you hiding? Let me know what you're hiding. Rude. That's fine. I get it. And it's exiled? Extra sad. I didn't even get to see the hand. Oh, I did. Okay, so they have Hullbreaker. That sucks. Thief of Sanity. That also sucks. Bomb. That feels kind of more useless, so if that gets exiled. Does suck, though. We do damage and we have to exile things. I could see this deck, maybe this card being good in maybe like a Prosper Tombbound commander deck, possibly. Because that exiling, making more treasure value. Oh boy, we really wanted to hit our land drop here. Let's put our Shambling Ghasty. Do it. Yeah. Ah, yeah. Now we get our land drop for next turn if we miss it again. Okay. And then we'll Ravenous Chupacabra. Okay. I am gonna block that, because I do not want you to Ninjutsu Hullbreaker in. No thank you. Not today, friendo. Man, I'm trying to set up for this sweet Terror of the Peak play, too. Are you gonna hit? Okay. Yay, we hit our land drop! Woo! I hope they don't counter this. They do have an instant in their hand. Okay. I'm still gonna hit that. And that thing can't block. Is that what they're trying to do to Ninjutsu something in? Ooh, that's gonna suck. Okay, well, next turn, we'll get Terror of the Peaks in. I don't know, Treasure Vault. Can't play that for turn. Feels a little bad, but I guess in some ways we're kind of... Maybe this is why we're missing our land drops so much, is because of Florian. Okay, I might be having second thoughts about having Florian in this deck. Okay. Okay, thank you. I was tired of exiling my stuff. Okay. Brazen Borrower, you should probably just swing in with that. There we go. Okay, so we got this. We'll auto-pay. And I'm just gonna go ahead and attack with both of these. Because if they block with Thief, with the Dreadhorde Butcher... No, they're just taking it. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Well then, if Terror of the Peak stays alive, then that means Dreadfast Demon. Okay, I think I'm gonna actually just block that. Okay. Ooh, so does this do it? Yeah, probably. Good game. Well, thanks for staying till the end, and here are the stats. We went 5-0. Felt pretty good, saw some cool stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video and are okay with the change up for this closeout. I forgot to record an outro, so here we are. But anyways, thanks for staying till the end, and have a good one. Bye.